celebrating the 4th of July and the United States Independence Day, but will he have anything to celebrate after his world's title challenge tonight?
We're going to find out. I am a big fan of Matt Cardona because I think he's a guy that really doesn't have any holes in his game.
His opponent from Chesterfield, England, he is the reigning and defending NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Thom Latimer.
Well, Thom Latimer is one of those guys you think of maybe in the same category as some of the old school NWA World Champions from eras prior. Somebody that's double tough, no nonsense, can survive in the ring, in a bar, on the streets, anywhere. You don't want to mess with Thom Latimer.
No, and I think these guys parallel each other a lot because they're both old school and very complete professional wrestlers. You see neither one of them, they both look very calm right now. So I think this is going to be a match where pack a lunch, you're going to have to stay a while to see who wins.
308 days, Thom Latimer has reigned as NWA World Champion, defeating EC3 for that honor. He's been a fighting champion ever since. Now you see Cardona tell Latimer, I'm about to become a two-time champion. Is Cardona trying to convince Latimer or convince himself? And there you see a living, breathing piece of history before you. The National Wrestling Alliance, as we know it, formed in 1948. The legacy and lineage of that title can be traced back to 1905. Frank Gotch, George Hackenschmidt, Strangler Lewis, among others.
I'm a big George Hackenschmidt guy.
What's your favorite Hackenschmidt match?
You know, I think the controversial one that everyone talks about, that it's like, what was really going on there? I mean, there was some dirty stuff that went on. I think Hackenschmidt really stands head and shoulders. If you look at a guy who could transport into 2025 and still do well.
Fair point, and certainly some disputed championship results in history. We talked about the rich Montreal history. How about July 24th, 1957, Lou Thesz defeating Edouard Carpentier after a disputed finish in their prior matchup. November 21st, 1962, Killer Kowalski defeating Buddy Rogers in a match result that was later not officially recognized and called back by the Alliance. So an official title switch here in Montreal, I don't believe has happened in that 120-year history, but we could make that history tonight live at Maple Leaf Pro.
One of the last times I was in Montreal was at the Bell Center in November of 1997. I was in the dressing room, enough said on that one.
Well, Matt Cardona said earlier, quote, I hope there's no Montreal screw job against me tonight. So you were not the only one that had that on your mind flying in today.
Well, Latimer's a guy who kind of represents himself, so he's a bit of a lone wolf, if you will. So I don't think that Cardona needs to worry about that, but what he does need to worry about is he's in there with a guy who's got the same gravitas that he does in terms of the business.
Well, I think Cardona is just one of those guys that likes to complain, honestly. I mean, he lost to Josh Alexander recently, called that the Toronto screw job. And I think Cardona feels like he should be the Canadian champion, he should be the NWA World's champion, he should just be a belt collector at this point, but he was at one point. He can be again, no doubt about that. He's good enough. But it's much easier said than done as Latimer brawls his way with right hands out of the corner. And up they're down.
I think the difference between the two is Latimer is in this business to make money, and Cardona is in this business because he loves it. And I tend to side with the guys who are in this business to make money, because if this were free, I can tell you I wouldn't be out here with you.
What is that? You don't like me?
No, I don't like working unless I'm well paid for it.
I see. Well, Cardona's a guy who, he's a self-made man as well. A merchandising machine, a major brothers wrestling figure podcast. So he's somebody who knows how to create an empire from nothing. And trying to create some momentum at the expense of Latimer did not pay off.
Grown man who enjoys playing with action figures. I'm starting to dislike him more and more.
Latimer looking at Cardona as a threat, as a target. He certainly is in the same mindset of disliking Cardona. Latimer said, quote, Matt Cardona, he needs the bells and the whistles.
Oh, does he ever?
And the circus. You know why? Because he's facing me, and I never needed to do anything like that.
Dombrowski, look, he's wearing his own T-shirt out there, and he's not doing it because he's trying to hide anything, because he's got a great physique. He's doing it because he wants to sell merchandise. Sickening.
Clothesline, yeah, that's never happened before in wrestling. There's a clothesline to the outside by Latimer.
You know who doesn't sell any merch? People who lose big matches like this one. He better be careful.
That may be the case.
I like Latimer. He looks great.
Yeah, Latimer, one of those guys who, as I said, would fit in any era, would certainly give a run for the money of any old school NWA World's Champion. Defending that proudly here in the current era, and not afraid to take this match to the outside. And for Matt Cardona, who's fashioned himself names like the Deathmatch King, remains to be seen if he can hang with Latimer when it's not necessarily weapons, it's not necessarily ultra-violence, it's just throwing fists. These fans respect Latimer as well. And certainly, we all have to respect our sponsor this evening of this matchup, show our love to St. Clair College, where students rise above the ordinary. And nothing ordinary about that landing Latimer just faced at the hands of Cardona, who was able to time his offense perfectly and potentially swing this momentum.
This whole swing of momentum started when Latimer took his eye off the ball and started high-fiving the fans. Always a big mistake.
Well, Cardona won't have that problem. Not loved or respected by anybody, at least here in Montreal. Cardona actually went as far as to claim that he is, quote, half Canadian because of his wife, and I don't think that's how that works.
Well, he's not the smartest guy in the wrestling business. I can tell you that from past experience. So he probably does think he's half Canadian.
To count only on that occasion, Cardona spent 119 days as NWA World's Champion, defeating Trevor Murdoch before he had to forfeit that championship due to a torn bicep, and has been chasing a rematch at that title ever since. Cardona has had this on his mind, but as both men exchange sleeper holds, look to trap the other, look to put the other down. It's Cardona with the upper hand.
I like how Cardona's got that sleeper sunk in. Got side position there, leaning in on that carotid.
And the lower Latimer goes, the more leverage Cardona has to cinch in, to lean forward, to put all of his weight behind that hold.
Crowd solidly behind Latimer here.
Latimer trying to keep that blood flowing, keep himself in motion. But we could be moments away from a changing of the guard. No, not quite. Latimer, a sign of life as he considers the alternative of that title slipping between his fingers. And the jawbreaker creates distance. Inverted atomic drop, the clothesline. Latimer channeling something deep inside as he hits that elbow, and Cardona now finds himself on the receiving end. Face first.
Well done by Latimer now.
Latimer feeling that energy. Takes so much pride in being that champion. DDT connects. Is Cardona done for? 2. And Cardona slides the shoulder.
Tell you, Latimer is a pretty cool customer. Unleashes that offense, takes control, guy kicks out, he doesn't panic. That's great ring awareness.
Latimer, good friends with a former NWA World Champion by the name of Nick Aldis. Oh, he'd love to equate Aldis's records in recent history, but Cardona sidestepping in the corner. Latimer hit shoulder, maybe bicep as well on that ring post. And this, Don, is the reboot.
Pretty basic move, but very effective.
Caught him right in the temple. Latimer out on his feet, and Kamikaze, unprettier, call it what you want. 2 count only. Shades of his Canadian half.
Stole that one from Christian, who's a great Canadian wrestler.
Stole it.
Borrowed it.
It's actually stealing from his wife.
That too.
And let's shout out Tommy Rogers too, and go back way back to the fantastic days. But right now it's Cardona not feeling fantastic now because it's Latimer to his feet, firing off. And Don, I would give the advantage of the slugfest to Latimer all day.
100%. Latimer's a bar fighter. He can get dirty if he needs to.
Into the buckle. Oh, Cardona missed in the corner and got caught with a spear. And that'll be enough. No.
Out the back door goes Matt Cardona.
Well, you said it at the outset, Don, that there's no holes in the game of Matt Cardona. He calls himself the complete Matt Cardona for reasons like that. And part of that is the resiliency, the staying power. But can he absorb 10 shots from Latimer? Crowd counts along as Cardona decidedly the away team, even though there's no way contact. Nearly maybe the official second time. Oh, that could have been a disaster. Radio silence.
Oh, no.
Cardona hit radio silence. We got a new champion. Latimer kicks out.
I think everyone in this building, including Matt Cardona, thought that was going to be a 3.
Cardona took advantage of the confusion with the referee nearly getting caught up in the contact of the action, and radio silence has put away so many of Cardona's opponents, so many companies, so many incarnations. What is this? Cardona is eyeing the historic 10 pounds of gold.
I think he's doing more than eyeing it.
And that is not yours, sir, nor is it a legal component in this match. Referee doing the right thing. Oh, Cardona's getting desperate. Wait a minute.
Oh, no. Perfect.
The brighter side of suffering. And Cardona suffers another title loss.
Here is your winner, and still NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Thom Latimer.
You can see the emotion, the elation on the face of Thom Latimer. And here's how and why. He's still the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. It was the reboot, but the spear from Latimer to battle back. Contact nearly made with the official into radio silence. But Cardona couldn't come back from the brighter side of suffering onto the title he himself brought into that ring.